Live in high definition, you're watching Game Night.
And good evening. Welcome to our first playoff edition of Game Night. We start in 5A Division I. Brian Sanders live at Reeves Athletic Complex. Brian, when they realign, maybe no 5A district more affected than right here in Central Texas.
Yeah, Roger, two of the most powerful football programs in Texas meeting here tonight. Westlake and Stony Point. Last year, they almost met for a state title. This year, meeting in the first round. What a battle to open the playoffs. Let's take you to some of the early highlights at Reeves Stadium. Both teams amped up to start this one. Stony Point working without one of their quarterbacks, Gus Barrera, on crutches as the captains met at midfield, and Craig Cheshire guiding the Tigers to a perfect 10-0 regular season. First time in school history, and off to a great start here. Aaron Sharp on the keeper, up the gut, stuns the Shaps with a touchdown on the opening drive, 7-0, but Westlake would answer. Bryce Dolzal takes the handoff and marches in. It was tied at 7 apiece, but Barrera and Sharp talk it over on the sideline, and with a tailwind in the second quarter, they take it to the air. Sharp pump fakes, finds Cody Jones in stride down the sideline, 21-7 Stony Point, and then Sharp, check out this, launching it downfield for Stephen Williams. That was half the battle, and then Williams shaking off a couple of defenders on his way to the end zone. Stony Point rolls 35-10 to open the playoffs, and Westlake bowing out a little sooner than they are used to in the postseason. Meanwhile, Stony Point will play Klein Oak out of the North Houston area next week in the second round, and they will flip for home field tomorrow. Take a look at the loudest and proudest student section in Texas.
Thanks, Brian. Well behaved until you gave them the cue, and then they go nuts. Well, Westlake was in that game because they lost to Bowie last week. Bulldogs taking on Georgetown in their playoff opener as the top seed out of their district, playing at a rainy Burger Stadium early in the evening. Bowie features one of the top backs in Central Texas, Braylon Sorrells, with the touchdown. That was his second of the game, made it 14-0. And then Dogs pile it on again at Sorrells, 21-0. Georgetown with a potent attack through the air, and they add a little razzle-dazzle. Nick Syasin, Colton Shea, the old hook and ladder to Taylor Sachs. Touchdown Georgetown, but it's not enough. Bowie wins it 35-17. Right now it looks like they'll get Klein Collins. They are leading their game with Oak Ridge. All right, we stay in 5A. Now we move to Division II. Anderson and Westwood down at House Park. Trojan Sam Waymeyer keeping it and finding the end zone. And then Waymeyer, the play fake, the spin, and the hurl to Justin Clark in the end zone, just like that, 14-0. But back come the Warriors behind their fine junior quarterback Ben Johnson, powering into the end zone, and then Matt Schmerber would tie this ball game at 14 apiece. Anderson kicks a field goal. Westwood 4th and 3 inside a minute and a half to go. Johnson so hard to bring down. Anderson says, "We've done it. Wait, let's make sure they pull the chains." And in fact, Anderson wins 17-14. They're going to Brenham Friday to play Tomball in a second round game. Austin High and Leander, and you never know what you get in playoff action. Those guys are ready for the championship of whatever that was. Leander's John Henderson with the touchdown for the Lions, and they take a quick 7-0 lead. And then Chase Keltgen, quarterback for Leander. He's looking for that A&M commit, Henderson, to check out the stretch out right here. 14-0, and then the Lions defense turns it on. Jordan Hawkes picked by Ryan Taylor, and Leander 24-0. The ricochet pick. Leander moves on with the shutout victory. Turn our attention now to Class 4A. Hayes Rebels with the tall task of taking on Kerrville-Tivy and one of the best players in the state. We go down to Clemens High School. We're talking about quarterback Johnny Manziel. He's committed to A&M. He has been a human highlight reel all season long. He had 5 touchdowns in the first half. They sit him after 3 with 7 touchdowns right now. It's all Tivy. They lead at 49-14. They had a lightning delay. That's why this one is not over. We continue in Class 4A. The Rangers from Vista Ridge in a Division II ball game over at Nelson Field against Travis. Blake Estes with the shovel to Jaron Morrow, and that would set up the option play, and the option was to keep it for Estes all Vista Ridge. 41-6 the final, and they will advance against Alamo Heights in the 4A action. More 4A playoff football tomorrow. Conley takes on Lancaster, and Hutto faces Mesquite Poteet, both in the afternoon and both in Waco. Wimberley playing at Dragon Stadium against Llano, an old Hill Country battle. Wimberley perfect in the regular season, number 3 in Class 3A, and Preston Rabb found out about the Wimberley D. Josh Gray, the pick 6 from 55 yards out, and the Texans have a 7-0 lead. And then Trinity Wilson, 14-0 right there. Wimberley's going to put this one away. Brady Lambert right here, the hand, the reverse, and that is Brennan Blakemore on the reverse. 55-20 is the final score. Wimberley a winner. They get the winner of Cuero and Divine. Cuero leading that one. They beat Cuero in the regular season. All right, also in Class 3A over in Manor, a Division II first-round battle between Liberty Hill and Navarro. And Liberty Hill on the board first. Blake Thompson to Brandon Korn. They miss the extra point, up 6-0. Navarro comes back, and Kirk Chalmers is tackled right there, but then John Borman, the touchdown. This one came down to a missed 2-point conversion by Liberty Hill. Navarro holds on and wins 21-20. Liberty Hill was looking for the win, and the play never developed, trying to get the 2-point conversion. Didn't want to go to overtime. It does, in fact, backfire as Liberty Hill suffers the loss. Well, that will do it for the high school playoff action. Up next, we'll turn our attention to Saturdays. And the Longhorns, boy, a tough task to end their streak against a red-hot, high-powered Cowboy offense.
Town North Nissan saves you money on new Nissans. Town North Nissan is the #1 Nissan volume dealer in Austin in 2010 because we discount new Nissans. For example, a 2010 Altima is now $6,000 off MSRP, or pay just $279 per month with 0 down. Want to save even more? Take home a new 2011 Nissan Versa, now just $217 per month with no money down. Your new Nissan is waiting for you at Town North Nissan, Mopac and 183.
Swear to you, I will always be there for you. There's nothing I won't do.
For generations, families have built lasting traditions with the confidence that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas will continue to be there for all the celebrations yet to come.
You know I'll always be right there.
The DQ Mini Blizzard just turned Texas on its head. All the flavors, smaller size, that's what people said. Just when you thought Mini was as good as it could get, the Mini Blizzard Texas meal deal's the best you tasted yet. You got your Hunger Buster drinking fries, favorite Blizzard mini size. All for $5, sakes alive, you gotta love DQ. A meal that's good for $5, you gotta love DQ. That's what I like about Texas.
Elegant draperies, Roman fabric shades, natural shades, plantation shutters. They're all made to order at ABC Blind and Drapery. We create to your specifications, giving your home or office just the right look and perfect ambiance. Our experienced professional designers are a phone call away. And visit our website, ABC Blind and Drapery.
Consider the possibilities.
Bill Dickinson here with Capital Kia, the #1 Kia dealership in Texas. Why? Because we eliminate negative equity. We eliminate high payments. Drive a Kia Soul for $86.63 or $169 per month. Drive a Kia Sorento crossover for $12,303 or $239 per month. That's all you pay, not a penny more, at Capital Kia. 183 in Andersonville, just in front of the water tower. And remember, if I can't beat a new car Kia deal in Texas, I'm just going to give it to you.
One day.
All day. This day.
Greatest.
One day.
Sale.
Saturday.
One day. Greatest day. Greatest one day sale. Saturday. One day. One a day. Star Furniture Sale.
It's the greatest one-day sale, Saturday only. Our greatest savings in every department for just one day at Star Furniture, plus interest-free financing. It's the sale that simply can't be beat. The greatest one-day sale, Saturday only. Star Furniture, different by design.
This week on KXAN.com, you could win a pair of tickets to see A Tuna Christmas at the Paramount Theater, starring the legendary comic duo Joe Sears and Jason Williams. Visit the KXAN.com contest page for entry form and details.
Hey, get some late night laughs. Watch the Tonight Show right after KXAN Austin News at 10.
We're celebrating the biggest event of the year with thousands in savings on everything and the best financing rates ever during our anniversary event at Niall Maxwell GMC in Round Rock.
KXAN Austin News is sponsored by Chevrolet.
Welcome back. It's Oklahoma State, ranked 11th in the nation, atop the Big 12 South standings, and one of the best offenses in the nation against the struggling Longhorns tomorrow. In fact, the Cowboys under Mike Gundy have one of the most productive quarterbacks in Brandon Weeden in the nation, the most productive wide receiver in Justin Blackmon, and one of the most productive running backs in Kendall Hunter. Meantime, the Longhorn struggles, well documented lately on both sides of the football. So certainly a tall task for Texas to try to get back to 500, get within a game of bowl eligibility, and just get something good to happen.
They have a great team. They got maybe the best offense in the country. Coming in here with mostly Texas players against a team that's struggling. We're not going to lay down. We're going to plan on winning. We're going to fight our guts out. We're going to play 60 minutes. We can do things fundamentally sound to help us. We can turn the ball over less. We can run the ball better. We can knock some balls loose, and we can kick the ball better. Those are things we can do that we know we can do.
They're very talented in areas that give you some problems defensively. It'll be our fifth, top 15, top 20 ranked offense we've played this year, and they're certainly as good or better than anybody we have faced thus far this season.
Elsewhere around the Big 12, big one in Waco. Baylor against suddenly red-hot Texas A&M. Oklahoma trying to stay in the South race. Sooners are home to Texas Tech tomorrow. UT women open their season tonight at the Irwin Center. Longhorns under Gail Gestincourse taking on Mississippi Valley State, and Texas not messing around. Right out of the gates, Yvonne Anderson on the break, 2 of her 18 points. And then it's Kathleen Nash knocking down 3 of her 19 points. Ashley Fontenette led the way with 20 points. Texas an easy 32-point winner. They got Northwestern State coming to town on Tuesday night. UT men off for a week. On Thursday, they'll take on Illinois at Madison Square Garden as they play for that 2K Classic benefiting Coaches Cancer Tournament. Once again, high school football action continues tomorrow. You can keep up with the scores and the highlights in case you missed it over on KXAN.com. We'll get all the final scores in for you as we are moving towards the second round of the playoffs. A big one tonight. Stony Point, a winner over Westlake. The Tigers have been to the Final Four the last 2 years in 5A. They've never taken that next step, but then again, they've never been undefeated at this point in the season, and they are 11-0 with their win over the Chaparrals. More football action tomorrow in high school action. Again, KXAN.com for all the scores. Have a great weekend.